Welcome to the Luke and Connor podcast. I'm your host, Luke Charlier, joined by my co-host, Connor Miller.
Connor Matthew Miller.
Connor Miller.
You're not supposed to say my name.
I don't care, man. I'm feeling feisty today. Because you know why?
What? Why?
You know why I feel feisty?
Why?
Maybe even spicy? Because we have hot takes today. And
Spicy, maybe even feisty.
we're introducing a new component to the hot takes, and that's the hotness meter. And basically how the hotness meter works is 0% is your bone cold takes, just absolutely dry, cold, trash, like just saying like Kendrick Lamar is a good rapper. It's like almost there's like irony involved. It's just like that cold of a take. And then 100% is your like way too hot of takes, like keep that to yourself, bro, like saying Lil Xan is better than Kendrick Lamar. We don't want to hear that. That is way too hot. So like 50% is the perfect hot take. This is like something that's hot. It's gonna cause some people to be uncomfortable, but it's right. It's a right on the low key. And then like 60 to 70% I would say are like hot takes that are like I would disagree with them, but if there's someone I don't like talking like the other side of that take, I would agree with that take just so I could like spite them. But 30 and 40% would be more along the lines of something that's somewhat hot, but a lot of people still agree with it. It is a take I see relatively often. So with that, we'll just get right into it. And we had not a ton of responses. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed with the Luke and Connor fan base here. But once I made a threat, a lot of people responded afterwards. So I just need to open up the story archive and just look at some of these hot takes. And some of them, I'm not going to lie, we're not very well versed in some of these hot takes, so we may have to play like the spectator and just be like, you guys can decide this one for yourselves.
Yeah, some of these people we haven't listened to.
Our first hot take is one that I'm already not liking a lot. It's On Sight is one of the worst Kanye songs. How do you feel about that, Connor?
I mean, that's a very hot take. I don't agree with it.
I feel like on the low key, it's not that hot just because like I feel like
actually
the casual Kanye listener, not like a diehard.
Yeah.
I'm saying like someone who just bumps like Graduation and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, maybe Off the Grid sometimes. They might not like On Sight.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I would say
that isn't that hot of a take.
I would say this is like, I want to say it's like a 60% because it's like, it's pretty hot, but I disagree with it. But it's also not super hot because I see people say this. I remember I had like a pretty good defense for On Sight back in the day about how
what was it?
Okay, so basically, before Yeezus, you need context. Before Yeezus, you have his run, the Scholargy trilogy, which is like all kind of like classic hip hop, like pop rap. It's pretty accessible. Like basically anyone can listen to it and understand it. Then 808s and Heartbreaks is a bit more experimental, but it's still very like poppy at the end of the day. It's very pop influenced. And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like his most like artistic album, I guess. It got like the most praise. So he has a pretty big like repertoire of songs that people can understand, I guess. And he's just starting it off with a completely new style. So abrupt, right in your face. It just starts with like absolute like noise, like garbage disposal, and then he's very arrogant, setting the tone perfectly for Yeezus. And then the beat cuts and goes to this beautiful child choir. You're like, oh, this kind of reminds me of We Don't Care from The College Dropout. It's a similar sample. Maybe it's gonna do a beat switch. He's gonna do a switcheroo. Never mind. Boom, back to the abrupt. He's like, you guys, if you don't like this, you're not gonna like it. Get out of here. Don't listen to this. That's basically what On Sight is. He's basically trolling his like fans that hate his new music, I guess.
Bro, do you want to know a fun fact about On Sight?
What?
So the first time they actually played it on vinyl, it broke the needle of the record player. That's how loud Jesus is.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
how
definitely
crazy.
that's a true fact.
It's a true fact.
It's true. It's definitely true.
I found it on truefacts.com.
WTF fun facts. Remember that?
I do.
That's a throwback. This next hot take is one of those takes that I was talking about at the beginning where I can't really comment on it. It says Lasers is one of Lupe's best albums. I'm going to be
Wrong.
honest. L Jackson 16, one of our OG followers. I'm going to be honest. I've barely listened to any Lupe Fiasco in my entire life. I don't know why. I know he's a great rapper. I know a lot of people love him. It's just like there's something there that's just not drawing me to check out his discography. I don't know why. And also, the on-site take was from Instagram user not Luke Dean. I forgot to shout him out. My bad.
Damn.
Have you ever listened to any Lupe Fiasco outside of like his features, Connor?
No, I don't even know if I've listened to his features, to be honest.
I think he has some songs with Kanye. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't really want to look it up.
Nah, he's not worth it. He's trash.
He's not trash, but I don't listen.
I'm just kidding.
This next take is one. I don't know if you can comment on it, but I can because I've listened to some of this guy's material, not a lot. It says Yabujin. Have you heard of that guy, Connor?
I don't think so.
Yabujin peaks higher than Blade. Basically, Yabujin is like a cloud rap artist, I would say, and he kind of, I think it's a he, it might be a she, honestly. They kind of excel in the lo-fi, and it's just like, it's like you're listening to music on like the worst pair of headphones you ever got. That's like how lo-fi it is. It's kind of vibey. I like it, but if you're saying he/she, I don't know their gender, I'm sorry, peaks higher than Blade, I would have to disagree with that heavily. And I would probably give that like
Heavenly.
Heavily. I would give that like a high like 80 to 90%, honestly. Like that's a hot take for me at least. It's like, I don't know, like the average person wouldn't care if you said that, but for me, I'm like, slow down, bucko.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard him, so can't really say much, but Blade's pretty good.
Yeah,
I can say that much.
Good. Yeah, he peaks pretty high, honestly. Especially with 5-star Crest, that was probably like the highest he's peaked in a while. Like vocally and songwriting.
Honestly.
Wise.
Highest peak since Ice Dancer.
Connor, this next
Is that a hot take?
Maybe. It's his most popular album. It's like, I think it's his highest rated album on Rate Your Music too, so probably not, honestly.
True.
But what's
the next one?
This next one's hot, very hot. It says Connor is greater than Luke.
Honestly, that's like a pretty common theme I found among our fans.
Here's the thing. Here's your pros for Connor. I feel like some of his takes age better than Luke's. Simple. But other than that, he's been kind of slacking recently. If you go back maybe 2 years, you could definitely argue Connor greater than Luke. But like at this point, I kind of have the page on my back, and I'm climbing Mount Everest, and Connor's he's attached with dental floss on my back while he's passed out. But that doesn't bother me. I'm still trucking along. But I could see you making that take like 2 years ago, but nowadays, that's not gonna fly. I'm sorry. Until Connor ups up his production game.
Honestly, I do have to agree with Luke. I've been busy with other things.
Same with me, man. Life's
making
busy.
Sandwiches.
Like when you go back to quarantine and see how many times we posted, I like am in literal shock of it, honestly. Like we post like 4 times in a week. Like
no, dude,
no
it
one
was
had
literally
a life back
5 days a week. 5 days a week, and then a podcast on the weekends.
That was a time, for sure.
Yeah, but it was so fun. I wish I could go back to like being able to do that.
Yeah, now you have to have like a job, and you gotta, bro. Life sucks once you aren't in high school anymore, honestly. And I'm not even like past the summer. This next one, I don't know how this is gonna go down in Connor's little tummy, We'll see. It's another Drain Gang related one. Which, by the way, at the end of this, once we get through everyone's hot takes, we're gonna present some hot takes of our own, and we'll rate it on our scale.
Some?
What?
Some? I should have thought of more.
No, I said one. Oh, maybe I said some. Okay. I don't know. I only have one.
Right.
We can create.
I only have one, but low-key,
I
should have thought of some more. Yeah, I'll try.
That could be another episode someday, just our hot takes, and then we lose all of our followers. But this one says, oh yeah, the last one was from Alvin is Based. You gotta like start a timer for like every. Why did I say timer? I mean a counter for every single time I forget to say the person's at. But this one's from Jake Croce. Croc E. I don't know. He says Young Lean would be the worst member of Drain Gang if he was in Drain Gang. So Blade, Echo 2K, Tyboy Digital. Young Lean is the worst out of those four. What are you thinking, Connor?
I think that's a pretty hot take.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hot. And
yeah,
I would say like if Tyboy Digital had a stronger discography, I could maybe get behind it. Cause like
maybe.
I don't know. Blade has a better discography than Young Lean, I think. Echo 2K hasn't missed, but he's only had like an EP, an album, and a collab album. While Young Lean has like
he's got the potential, but he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, and then Tyboy Digital, he's also kind of shooting 100%, but he only has 2 albums out. So I would disagree. I also think Young Lean as a vocalist is better than Tyboy, and I would say he's on the same echelon as Blade, but definitely not Echo. Echo's
Bro, say that word again.
Echelon? Is that how you say it?
It's how you say it. It just sounds so funny coming out of your mouth. I don't know why.
Bro, my
You're
dog's
saying it right though.
Barking.
I hear.
That's like Annie? That's another classic Luke and Connor trope. Dog barking.
Dogs barking. That's just a Luke trope. My dog is silent.
Yeah, I didn't even know you had a dog.
Exactly. We had to train her to bark, bro. She's silent.
I wish that was the case. Annie is so annoying. It's not even funny.
She is, dude.
I don't like her. I'm sorry. I love my other dog, Racer. He's chill. He's nice. But Annie just is so annoying, and she's scared of me for no reason. It just sucks. That's my hot take. Annie is not my favorite. I would say this Young Lean take is probably like at like 75%. Because I feel like I see this take quite a bit. But that's probably because I'm a nerd and I go through the Reddit on Sad Boys Reddit.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that take.
I would say it's like 75 to 80. I wouldn't give it 100 because like it's not like that out of pocket. Like I feel like you could make an argument for it, but I still disagree with it a lot.
I think it's more like 90. Like
I don't 90?
think you can make an argument at all for it.
I know, man. Tiger and Legendary.
Only reason it's not 100 is because it's not like insane.
Okay, here's my argument for it. If I had to make an argument, if you took like the average rating of all these people's discographies, even if Echo 2K and Tyboy's like discography is small, like their average rating would still be probably higher than the average rating of Young Lean. But that's just kind of like a whack argument in my opinion.
It is. I understand that though. It's an 80. That's fine.
JPEG Mafia is a top 1 artist from Ham Raj. 2 S's. Hamraj.
What?
Yeah, I don't know their username, but
JPEG, that's their username.
Yeah. JPEG
Oh,
Mafia.
I thought that was a question.
No,
I was like,
JPEG
what?
Mafia is a top 1 artist. Thoughts on that?
So that just means best artist?
Yeah.
Like top 1?
Yeah.
That's pretty hot for the average person, I think. I don't know. It's like, what are we rating these hot takes from? Because like most people wouldn't.
Like it's definitely a hot take, but I do see quite a bit of people saying JPEG Mafia is the best rapper of all time. I have seen that take. Like, he definitely has a cult fan base that thinks he is the absolute best, which is nothing to detest. But at the same time, I would never really agree with it. But I could definitely see where you're coming from because, one, JPEG Mafia is a great rapper. He's a top 1 artist, so that's all music, by the way. That's not just hip-hop. But one,
Yeah.
he's a great rapper. He's good at singing, and he makes all his own beats. Like, what more can you ask for? He has an extensive discography, but the thing about his discography is a lot of it's inaccessible, like the Devin Hendrix stuff. Like, there's still like tapes I still haven't checked out because like I'm lazy, basically. I would say this is
Yeah.
like probably like, I want to say 85%. I will kind of want to go to 90, but that feels a little too harsh. But 80 feels
That's
a
for
little
how
too low.
hot it is?
Yeah. Because it's a hot take, but like
I
I
don't
can
think it's
see.
that hot, bro.
Really? Top one artist of
Yeah.
all time, bro?
Like, he's probably like top 10 for me, so that's not like that far off. It's not like he's saying 6ix9ine is a top 1 artist.
That's true. We'll just go 80. Is
No,
or is
we're
that
going
still too high?
60.
60, bro. We'll go 70. We'll go 70. Meet in the middle.
Okay, meet in the middle.
Speaking of favorite artists, Cudi's Zone says Kid Cudi is his favorite artist. And favorite equals best, so he's saying Kid Cudi's the best artist of all time, basically. And he's saying this is especially a hot take because Cudi gets a lot of hate these days. In my opinion, I feel like Cudi's like aged better with time. I feel like more people appreciate him the years go on.
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
But at the same time, like his beef with Kanye, he was kind of annoying. But so was Kanye. But I don't really care that
He
much.
is kind of annoying.
But
I think this is a little bit hotter than the previous take.
yeah, I feel like it's hotter, but it's more common. You know what I mean? But that's probably just comes with Kid Cudi being a bigger artist. It's just hard to call Kid Cudi the best artist of all time when he has a couple floppers under his belt. A couple stinkers, if you will.
Yeah.
He also,
I agree.
but he has Kids See Ghosts. He got the Man on the Moon trilogy. I could see this. I could see people saying this. I wouldn't bat an eye if someone said this, which I'm not batting an eye right now. I would probably just give this a 70 again.
Yeah. I'd give it like a 75.
Yeah. This next one's not even a question or anything. It just says, okay, yes, I will do it. And then they just never do it. That's from Ulysses Cruz. Shout out him. This next one this one's definitely could spark an interesting discussion. Eminem is the most talented rapper of all time, but he just doesn't make that good of music. That's his take from Wyatt Leonard 107.
Huh.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
Most talented of all time is like,
yeah.
we're saying most talented rapper because I my mind is like immediately goes to can they produce and can they sing, but we're just talking about rapping right now. I would say I would still disagree. I think I don't know. I'm trying to think of people who can like out rap Eminem. Probably Kendrick. I think Kendrick could.
Yeah.
I don't want to
And
say
JPEG
MF
Mafia.
Doom. Yeah, maybe JPEG Mafia. I don't know if he has like the rhyme scheming that like they do.
Yeah, I know. I was just kidding because that's what you said. People said before.
Oh yeah. I don't want to say MF Doom because I don't think he really has the diversity in delivery. You know what I mean? Like he kind of just has his one delivery. Even if he can have some of the best rhyme schemes in the game, he kind of just has the same delivery every song. So I'm not gonna.
No,
say
I think
Doom.
he has a more unique delivery. Like,
I'm not saying he doesn't have a unique delivery, but he only has like one delivery for the most part. He doesn't really like skew outside of it. While Eminem and Kendrick both like have like probably 10 plus deliveries they can pull out. You know what I mean?
what do you mean by delivery?
Like the way they present their voice. Doom is just like kind of that monotone. Sometimes he does a little sing-songy thing. Well, Kendrick, he has a million deliveries. You've seen it.
Kendrick has a lot.
So does Eminem. But I don't
Yeah,
know. The one
that's
thing
true.
about Eminem is he's corny. And like that kind of takes you out of it. I feel like I could name other rappers that could out-rap him, but I'm just going to say Kendrick and give this one like what? A 75. Because at the end of the day, he's saying his music isn't good, so it's like it's kind of a safe take. And I could see myself like arguing this if like someone I really hated was saying like Eminem can't rap. Like low-key,
Yeah, it's not even as much of a hot take, more of just like an explanation of why he's like dropping bad music.
Yeah.
You know?
This one might cause some controversy between me and Connor because I don't know how he feels about this artist, but I personally love them. It says Bjork is kind of mid, only got a few bangers. She could never make whole lot of red from thick dumpling.
Bro, when you read it before you said a whole lot of red, like I had the picture of the person, like a mental picture of who would have said that, and it's exactly the person that would listen to a whole lot of red.
Yeah.
So that was so perfect.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm glad they said they got a few bangers because like that kind of like at least they're not like hating to the fullest extent.
Yeah.
But like if you're going to Bjork for a whole lot of red type music, like that's like trying to use mumble, but you have your mic not connected. That's an inside joke.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That was no one's.
Oh, bro, I'm so stupid. Oh my god.
Basically, there was this YouTube video. We were trying to use this new like communication method called mumble, but we had to pay for it and we didn't realize it. But basically, in the YouTube video, this guy is like, he's like, if you don't see that your mic is connected, you have bigger problems than mumble right now. And he like said it like, with a
so
super
funny.
serious voice. And, like you'll like fucking die if you don't have your mic connected. But yeah,
dude, if anyone knows how to use mumble, please comment on this. We need help desperately. Luke's not even gonna try it ever again.
Yeah,
though.
I don't like
He's
mumble.
fed up.
I don't think Bjork could make a whole lot of red, honestly. But like, could Cardi ever make literally any Bjork album? I don't know, man.
Okay, think about it like this: could Cardi ever be on the Powers That Be?
I think he could, honestly. Like, that'd be fire.
Yeah, low key. Once I said that and thought about it, like, I could see that.
But here's the thing: Death Grips can like.
I don't think it would
anything work.
happen, but I could see it happening and working.
Like the fact that Bjork is on the Powers That Be kind of is a testament to Death Grips being able to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And get away with it.
I haven't listened to much Bjork, so.
Yeah, it's definitely like you have to be in the right mood for Bjork, but if you're in that right mood, that's some top tier music, bro. That's like some.
What is the right mood?
I don't know. Like if you want some like angelic, like ethereal, just absolutely like otherworldly music. It's kind of like Beach House, but a little more fruity, I would say.
A little more fruity.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like the mood you got to be in. This next one is from Michael Scum with a K. He says, Jack Harlow is a poor man's Young Gravy. I don't even really get the comparison there because, I don't know. Like, I feel like Jack Harlow is more of a poor man's Drake than anything. Well, Young Gravy is like a poor man's Young Lean from like 2013. He's just trying to be like funny and random, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really get this one that much. Wait, we didn't even rate the last one. The last one I'm giving a 0%. And also 100% at the same time. Like it's on both spectrums. It's hot and trash. It's cold, trash. I don't know. This Jack Harlow, this is poor man's Young Gravy. I would say. I feel like I'm being rude.
It's just a bad take.
I feel like I'm being rude. He probably needs to like explain it, and then I would get it. But like right now, I'm feeling this is like a. Do I give this a 0%? Like, or do I give it 100%?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, let's just give it our first 0.
Okay, because like.
Oh wait. Are you
a 0
asking,
is a
like,
cold
which one?
take. Because a 0 is a cold take. Like, that makes sense.
True.
It's like Kendrick is a good rapper. That's a cold take. I would give this like 100%. What are you talking about? 100%. I don't know what this means. Like, this is nonsensical. This is a hot take. This is the hottest of hot takes because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This next one is from 333.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's 100.
333 Andres 333. They say The Weeknd's the greatest. What? Oh, I think they mean The Weeknd is the greatest R&B artist of the 2010s and 2020s so far, and it's not even close.
What about Drake?
There's this guy. His name is Frank Ocean.
True.
I feel like you have a case for 2020s maybe, because like R&B hasn't been like that crazy in the 2020s. Like Weeknd's kind of been dominating that, and Frank Ocean hasn't dropped. But 2010s, like give me
Yeah, that's a
Channel
hot
Orange
take.
and Blonde over the entirety of the Weeknd's discography. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is like half a good take, half a bad take. So what do I do with it? I would say it's like a
Yeah, because it's
70%.
not like that far off, you know? It's like
Yeah,
the JPEG Mafia one.
yeah. I could say Weeknd's probably like top three, top four, top five, 2010s. You know what? I might even say top two. Who cares?
Top two.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to much of that.
After Hours
Much of
is
that
from
genre.
2020. And I feel like other than House of Balloons, like the Weeknd's discography is really not my cup of tea. But whatever. R&B in general isn't really my cup of tea. So
Same.
I'll just give this a 70 and move on.
Me too.
We're going back to the Yeezus, saying from Fork Runner, "Hold My Liquor" is the best Kanye song. I'm just gonna be flat out with you. I hear this take a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's just because like there's one friend group in particular that believes this, that I'm friends with, and like they all believe this. So I guess I hear it just from them. I guess, but I don't think this is that hard of a take because it's a great song. You got that amazing outro, and then you also got Chief Keef. Like, who doesn't love Chief
True.
Keef? I would say this is like a 30%. I don't think it's that hard of a take. Just because the song's great, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, like, all the songs on that album are great.
Yeah,
So really, is it like, it's not that great.
but
It's
like,
great, but it's not that great, you know?
I would say it's great. I would say it's that great, but not
It's that
that
great.
great. You know what I mean? Like, it's not top one, but it's also like I think it might be top 15 for me, which is pretty good. This next one's also from Fork Runner. They say cats are awesome. I don't know, man. Cats love me, but like I don't really like cats that much. Like they're just kind of boring. They're cute.
Yeah, see,
They're
I
cute.
like the idea of cats, but I'm allergic. So they're
Oh,
kind of an L.
damn. They're just the thing about like a cat versus dog is like the dog is like more of a friend, while the cat is just like
It's there.
yeah, it's just like a supervisor, I guess.
Yeah.
It's more of an object than an animal. I feel like that like Loki sounds like a quote from a serial killer, but
That's how I feel about women and children.
all right. We have Zaza FBO saying Denzel Curry is the best out right now. That's kind of a vague take, but I don't think he's the best out. But I think of this generation, I think he could out rap Eminem. I think he's honestly like the best like technical rapper when it comes to just rapping. Honestly, Denzel Curry. Like, have you seen his freestyles, bro?
I haven't.
He is automatic. Like, I don't think he. How is he real? Like, he can like. It will just be like
No,
a
I
legitimate
remember the
song.
freshman freestyle, actually. That one was good.
Like, he had one this year, and it literally just sounded like a song, and he like didn't hear the beats beforehand. Like, he just made a song. Like, it's not a freestyle. He just like recorded a song. And JPEG Mafia, I think, he said like that's how he records. Like, he just goes in the studio and just starts rapping, and just doesn't stop.
So crazy.
He is like that. So honestly, in that aspect, I could see that being a good take, but there's too many good artists to call him the best out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would give
It's
this
definitely
like
not the best for me.
I would give this like 75, just because it's like too vague for me to get behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one, I don't know if you'll have any say on it, because you're not like super well versed in Lucky lore, but Riley Heath, he gave us like an entire like review and breakdown of Lucky's album Body High, why he thinks it's the best album of all time. It was a very interesting read, honestly. And he says, like, with that coming to mind, he says why Body High should be talked about as the best album of all time. I get where he's coming from. He's very passionate about this album, but he's right. It's a hot take. Like, this. I would say this is almost like a 90%, because I like Body High, I don't really think it's Lucky's best, but like it's not that crazy personally for me. I wouldn't call it like he said it's on the level of To Pimp a Butterfly. I don't think it really goes as like in depth or as complex with its themes as To Pimp a Butterfly does. But it's a good album,
Mm.
but I don't think it should be talked about as the best of all time. But I do think it's underrated, so I would give this like a 90. And you don't even know this album, right? Have you ever heard
I
it?
don't know this album, no, but I think to say any Lucky album is the best album of all time is a pretty hot take.
Basically, like Lucky in like the not early, like the mid 2010s, he was much more like conceptual with his albums, I guess. Now he's kind of just like a normal trap rapper, but back then, like
Uh
he would
huh.
actually like have like concepts attached to his albums somewhat.
So he got worse over time.
Yeah, but like I think his music kind of progressed for the better, like sound wise.
Um,
Like I feel like he found better instrumentals and stuff. I think he's like a huge music nerd. If you look at his album covers, like he has like Nirvana like ripoff, DMX ripoff. And I'm saying ripoff as like he's an homage, I guess.
yeah.
Radiohead homage. My Bloody
Oh
Valentine
yeah.
homage. Like he just has all those. It's kind of funny.
That's pretty cool, honestly.
Bro sips too much lean though. He's gonna die. I'm not even kidding you.
That's what everyone tells me.
This one is from World of Hip Hop. He says Nas has the best discography after he released albums like King's Disease and King's Disease 2 and Magic. I feel like it's hard to get into Nas's discography because like you start with Illmatic, you're like, damn, it's only downhill from here.
Yeah, literally. That's my opinion.
Like it's hard to get through. Not that it's bad music, it's just like you already heard the best of the best. I love King's Disease too. I like that album a lot, but like it doesn't I don't think it really like brings his discography up a ton. I feel like his discography is kind of, dare I say it, disappointing from what he started with. He never achieved a better album than Illmatic. Some people think It Was
Yeah.
Written is better than Illmatic, but I don't know. Even if that is the case, then he never achieved anything better than his second album, and he's been in the game for a long time. But I could see where people would agree with this just because it's such a large discography. But yeah, I would give this like
I
a
mean,
80%.
I don't even think two or three albums can like change someone's entire discography to being good.
That's true, but like what if you
Like he
drop
has
like
so
three
many
10 out
mid
of 10s?
albums. I guess, but that doesn't change the discography, you know? Like it's just you're starting to like be good, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. The thing about Magic is like it's an EP and it's really short. I didn't really like remember anything about it. The King's Disease like collection is pretty cool though.
Yeah, I've never even listened to Magic. So I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I just don't think that like a couple albums can change a whole discography.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of like Nas super fans out there, but like I don't think they have a very
I don't
big
know why though.
I don't know really either.
Like, I don't get it.
Everybody you always see Nas in people's like top 5 though. So like there has to be.
I don't know. Maybe
would
you have to
say-
be born in New York.
I would say it's at 80% then. Nas is better than Jay-Z though. I'll say that. I think actually Jay-Z might have a better discography, but I like Nas more.
As a person,
Just like as a rapper, I guess.
as a rapper.
Next up is from God Complex. They say Die Lit is outpaced in every way by Whole Lotta Red and Cardi's self-titled, and all the features are mid, and the beats are hit and miss. My blood is boiling, boy. This is a hot take.
Wait, so he's saying that Die Lit is outpaced by both the other albums?
Yes. And he's also saying every single feature on the album was mid. And the
Yeah,
beats
that's
were
really
hit or
hot.
miss. Like, maybe if you didn't include that second part, I could maybe see it. But if you're going all the features are mid, like, I don't think there's a bad feature on Die Lit. Maybe Red Cold Hearted. but she's not that bad. She has kind of a fun verse, especially with like the context behind it that it's like Cardi's like friend from his childhood.
Mhm.
But like,
Yeah.
how do you
Literally, I
hear
like all the
how do you hear
features.
Skepta's verse and Lil Uzi's verse and be like, damn, this is mid? And the beats are definitely not hit or miss. I feel like it's Cardi's best produced album. And when you say
Yeah.
outpaced, okay, when I was reading this, I was thinking he was talking about like pacing of an album. I don't think he's really talking about that, but
Oh.
like, I'm just gonna say it. Whole Lot of Red has some of the worst like album pacing of all time. It's still a great album, but like, how do you go
Yeah, that's
from
actually true.
Stop Breathing to Benno to Right Back? I called it Benno. Bino. What is it called? Bino.
I
Right
think you
Back
know.
to Jump Out of the House. Like, you're just flip flopping between styles and like just like jumping all over the place. It's kind of like a
And
weird.
Go
It's
to the
like,
Moon at third. Like,
yeah,
what is
it's like
that?
you're just shuffling an album. Like, it's just completely like out of order. It feels like, but it
Bro, it's
has.
because Kanye executively produced
That's
it.
so true. Well,
That's his best trait.
I feel like Die Lit is like extremely well paced. Like, I feel like all the features are like placed pretty well. And you start with
Yeah.
like the one sad song, and then you go straight into just a stretch of like happiness. It's almost like he starts the day sad, so he's like, you know what? I'm sad right now. I'm gonna have a good day, and then he just like goes on a good day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
It's good day music.
Die Lit is my favorite Cardi album, personally. But I get why people like Whole Lot of Red better. I think Whole Lot of Red on the low key has higher highs, but Die Lit's just too consistent with it. I don't think it has hit or miss beats. I think it only has hit beats. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
Cardi, I feel like the features, that's one thing about Die Lit that I like so much. What sets it aside from Cardi's self-titled is the features. I feel like all add a
Yeah.
different aspect. I'm trying to look at the track list right now and trying to find a mid feature. I like Nicki Minaj's verse.
Yeah, it's one of the few Nicki verses I actually like and
I
can
feel like Pierre Bourne's
sing
verse
along
is
to.
like, it's not amazing, but it's not mid. I would never call it mid. Bryson Tiller, a lot of people love that verse. I would say it's maybe my least favorite verse on the album, feature verse, but I would still never call it mid. And then Young Thug, Young Nudie, and Chief Keef, those are all timers right there. Those are perfect features.
For real.
But I think I'm getting a little salty. I think this guy's just a Whole Lot of Red lover. But I haven't even been talking about self-titled because he also said self-titled is better. I don't know, man.
See?
A lot of people like self-titled a lot more than I do. But I feel like just like self-titled
Do
is
you not
just
like self-titled?
no, I love it. I love it. But like Die Lit is just like it's stronger and older brother. You know what I mean? Like self-titled, like he could probably like win some fights by himself, but like once like that big group of bullies comes in, he ain't stopping anything. His big brother has to step in and be like scare all the bullies off. Bro, where do I come up with these analogies?
Facts. What? Okay, here's how I feel about this hot take. Is like I agree with like Die Lippy and the Big Brother. Like that's how I feel about it too. It's like he's evolving on that style and it's in a better way. But also like in my opinion, all three of those albums are so close together in rating. Like I almost just like want to give all three like just 10 out of 10. Like they're just all there's like no skips on any of the albums. And like see Die Lit is better than self-titled, but like the beat selection on self-titled is just it's like such a supreme vibe, you know? It's like it's just like you just like feel like you're floating through the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that with Die Lit too. That's the thing. I feel like I get
it's
like
a very cloud rap, you know?
yeah, bro. Location.
It's like what you think of when you think of that.
Location and Flex.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, hear me out. I wish Location and Flex. I wish the entire album sounded like that, and like Magnolia, and like some of the other beats would be moved to Die Lit, and just we would have like a huge album, and everything on self-titled sounded like Location and Flex. So like that way you have like very three distinct albums. Because I feel like self-titled has like a bit of Die Lit in its core.
Yeah, me too. But I don't
someone's
know.
home and the dog's going crazy.
It's a hot take, but It's not extremely hot.
Yeah,
I'd say it's like a 70,
I'll give it a 90.
maybe a
personally.
60,
But with like,
a 90.
yeah.
It's
Sorry, I
crazy.
walked away from the mic. I didn't realize that, like I would have to be close to the mic. Basically, I think with the whole lot of red resurgence, I feel like there's a big like fan base with it nowadays. I don't think that this is that hot of a take personally, but for me, I would think it's a hot take. But like for the general public, it's not that super hot of a take. I would give it a 90, but I'll roll with a 70.
All right.
And our final hot take of the night, except for ours, of course, is
Yeah.
Ye is one of Kanye's best albums, concise, tight theme, and no misses. Here's the thing. You're right, but it's not one of his best albums. You're right that it's concise. You're right that it's tight theme, and you're right there's like really no misses. But it just has, it has high highs, but not like, I don't know how to describe this. Like I feel like its lows, I guess, or like its averageness is like lower than the most of the Kanye albums, and it doesn't feel as, I guess, climactic or like, okay, there's Kids See Ghosts, right? Kids See Ghosts, I feel like achieves the conciseness better, the tightness better, the theme better, and it has like, I feel like it goes shot for shot with Ye, and it just like kind of just dunks on it completely, and it kind of outshines it, and then it just doesn't have like the overall Kanye-ness to it, and that's, I feel like a part of that is because of the ghostwriting, and just like it's just not as Kanye-y, I guess, even
It's
though
so
it's
funny
his.
because it's literally named after him.
I know, but do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're
Like
saying.
Yikes and what is it called? All Mine. They just kind of feel like shoe-in songs. They're not bad. I enjoy them, but they just kind of feel like they're there. You know what I mean? Ghost Town is amazing, but yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill Annie. I swear to God. Do you hear her? Do you hear how crazy she's going?
Yeah. I'll try to edit it out. I probably won't be able to though.
Annie, shut up! Mom, I'm recording.
He just yells, "Mom, I'm recording."
That annoyed me so much. Edit the "Mom, I'm recording" thing out, bro, because I just yelled that into my mic. It like spiked so high.
It's so funny, dude. Mom, I'm recording.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the "Get the fuck out of my room, I'm playing Minecraft" thing.
No, literally, that's what I thought of.
Okay. Do you want to start with your hot?
Yay?
Yeah, I would give this like a. I feel like a lot of people love Ye. I'll give this a 60%. I could get behind it if I really wanted to, but I'm not gonna get behind it. 60%. I don't care. People love Ye.
I don't even know
People
what I
hate
give
Ye.
it, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of the scale idea.
I don't even know what I feel about Yay. It's like, it's such a weird album.
I agree. It's just
It's
like,
good and it's bad.
I just wish it was bigger. That's it. That's it. I've been like looking for like an excuse this whole time why I disagree with this take, and I've just been like saying the most random stuff that doesn't make sense. But I just wish Ye was bigger. I go out of Ye being like, it's over already? Are you kidding me? It's like you pay like $20 for this like awesome like roller coaster, and it's over in like 5 seconds. You're like, that's it? What? Like, it had fun moments. It was fun for the 5 seconds you were on it, but you want more. You feel like you're kind of gypped. But I get where you're coming from. And this is from Top and Pan Aza. I swear, some people's ats are so hard to read, but this guy's a day one. I recognize that at any time I see it. He's always in our DMs. He's a legend for real. Okay, do you want to start with your hot take, or do you want me to start with mine?
All right, I'll start with mine because I feel like yours, I don't know, you hyped it up a lot, so it might be better than mine. But I told Luke that it was my favorite album by a very large rapper. And shoot, what's the name of? Oh yeah, okay. So the rapper's name is Drake. What album do you think I'm gonna say is my favorite?
Scorpion.
No, that
wait.
would be a hot
More
take.
life. More life.
No, that's a good guess though. You
Um,
know me well.
bro, Dark Lane demo
Dark
tapes.
Lane, yeah, literally Dark Lane demo tapes.
You gave it like a 5 out of 10 when it came out. I remember
I know it like
it grew on you.
I thought it was so mid, but then it just grew on me so much, and I realized that it has like the best beats out of all the Drake albums, and like just the style of his rapping. I feel like it's just so good. It's like peak Drake, even though it's called demo tapes. Like it's not supposed to be like crazy, but I think it's his best work.
Honestly, I can't remember any songs except Pain 1993 and the what is it called? It's the one with Thug and Future. That one's a banger, but is it D4L? Is that what it's called? Something like that.
I don't know.
It's a good. I disagree with that obviously, but my friend Demont Maji, he's a big Dark Lane demo tapes fan. So if he's listening to this, I doubt he is. He'll respect Connor more for that.
Fire.
I disagree with it, but this is kind of off tangent. Pain 1993, Cardi's verse, is one of the most overhated pieces of music of all time. It's fire. It's a great verse. I don't care.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
I'm gonna
I
look
think
up
people
the.
just hate Cardi. It's because it's a Drake song. Like people don't know who Cardi is that listen to Drake.
Yeah, maybe. Or they thought you'd be like more like less young thuggy on it, I guess. Bro, that's crazy.
What?
I wish I could screenshot it, but it wouldn't work. Basically, you know how like images can burn to your phone if you leave your phone on one screen for too long?
Yeah.
That's what happened with all the hot takes. They're all on my screen while I'm looking at Dark Lane demo tapes. Yeah, D4O.
Bruh.
Bro, who is Sosa
4L.
Geek?
I have no idea.
He's on Dark Lane demo tapes. Yeah, that's a hot take.
Well,
I'll probably give it like 90. I feel like no
what's
one
your
really
favorite
rates
Drake album? What's the
If you're
alternate
reading
hot
this,
take?
it's too late.
Oh shoot, low-key, I didn't even think about that album, but I still stand by what I said. It's still better than that. What's your hot take?
Negatory. Okay. Mine might possibly be the most white take you'll ever hear in your life. But, like, every time I think about it, I'm like, am I wrong? Which most people will be like, yeah, you're wrong. What are you talking about? I'm unfollowing you. This is something I will never post on a story or anything because I think no one will agree with it except for, like, the majority of our fan base that like these artists as much as I do. I don't know if you'll agree with this. You might. But basically,
Just spit it out.
Young Lean is on the same level as Frank Ocean, and Blade and Echo 2K are better than Frank Ocean.
I have to think about that. Absorb that knowledge. Because maybe like if you look at their peaks, you could argue that, but in terms of consistency, like Frank only drops the best of the best, you know?
Yeah,
I
but
feel like Young Lean will drop anything.
Young Lean, he has a pretty large discography, yes, but I would say Stranger and Stars and Poison Ivy, like that little like 3-album run, they're all on like maybe not Poison Ivy and Stars, but Stranger for sure is definitely on like the same echelon for me as Blonde. And then Poison Ivy and Stars and Warlord are all like about on the same level as Channel Orange. And then yeah, he has worse albums of course, but like when it comes to peaks, like you were saying, I would say he's on the same level. And then Blade, I think he has albums better than Blonde, and same with Echo 2K. I feel like Echo 2K is the only one where you can really like fairly compare them because they both have like the same amount of workout.
Yeah. No,
when you
I
think about Frank,
I guess Blade is better than Frank Ocean. I wouldn't say Echo 2K is better though.
because I think E is better than Blonde. That's a hot take right there.
E is better than Blonde.
Yeah, E is better than Blonde. And
I don't know.
Crest
bro.
is like a little bit below Blonde. And then Pixie it's like a little EP, but it's better than Nostalgia Ultra. I'll say that.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I haven't listened to Nostalgia Ultra in a while, but
Yeah, that take is like it's one that I wholeheartedly believe, but it's one that I'm never gonna like tell anybody other than this podcast, just because like it like removes all my credibility as a music fan. But I
well,
think
see, it's an interesting take because it's making me think. Because like you're
if you're
kind of right, but it's hard to admit that.
yeah, that's kind of my thinking too. I feel like if you are kind of in the pipeline of Drain Gang and Young Lean, it'll make you think.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like the average music fan who just thinks they're kind of like all right or bad, you're like, what are you? Just shut up, bro. Like I've said that. I've actually said this take in a group chat before, and I got flamed for it. But I still believe it. After all this harassment I've got for it, I still believe it.
You stand by your beliefs.
But I will say, Frank could easily surpass him. He definitely has the potential to do so. But bro ain't dropping music. Echo 2K,
Yeah.
he dropping music. Blade, he's dropping music. Young Lean, he's dropping music. We're not gonna talk about Stardust. Maybe it's not that good, but we're not. He's still dropping music at the end of the day. But
yeah, that is true.
That's my take. And that blonded radio thing, bro. I felt
That was
so
so annoying.
I felt so gypped after that. I was just waiting for him, especially the second interview, because the guy stopped talking. You're like,
yeah, I know his music.
Frank is coming. Frank is coming. And then it was just empty instrumental for another 5 minutes. You're like, all right, I'm done with this. You're not getting my. I was gonna buy the shirt if there was music. I'm not messing with you, but there was no music, so I didn't buy the shirt.
Yeah, there's literally no point to that at all. I swear. Like, that cannot be like the start of his album rollout or something. It's literally just some randomness.
Bro, it makes me sad because his like brother died, and this sounds selfish, and it sounds like in poor taste, but like that like ruined his album rollout beforehand, like that he had before his brother died. Because that's
really?
Yeah, that's when DHL and In My Room dropped, and then I think his brother passed away, and he took a break from music, and he probably just scrapped the album because he's like very like protective with his music. Like with like Blonde and Endless, apparently he carried the hard drives like on him at all times. So like if he died or something, or like died in like in a fiery crash or something, they couldn't release the music. So yeah.
As long as it was a fiery crash.
Yeah, true.
It has to be fiery.
Maybe explosive without fire.
Nah, see, I'll rate that. I think for most people, that's a really hot take. So that's like an 80.
Okay, I can get that.
80, 85. What'd you rate mine again?
I forget. I think a 90.
A 90? Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Because I think even Demont didn't say it was his best album. I think he said it was like top 3.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
So yeah, man, I'm getting sweaty. I probably have like the worst audio quality for this because I keep going like back and forth between close to the mic and far from the mic. But it's fine. No one's really gonna listen to this anyway. So with that, we'll see you next time. Hopefully we can record another one soon, but like I feel like with our free time it's either make a post or make a podcast. And like most of the time we'll probably be picking make a post because like it's less effort. But whatever. See you guys. Peace.
Peace.